Happy Monday, everybody. Happy week one. Happy May 1st. Happy day. Welcome to ENG107. My name's Jackie Pierce, as you may already know because you watched my previous video. But this is the first of my favorite ways to help guide you through this course. Every Monday, you can look for a very similar video. I like to call them weekly walkthrough videos. What we do in them, what I do in them, is take you through all of the materials for each week. And especially, I highlight the graded assignments and give you some helpful hints, some reminders, some targeted attacks on the requirements. Because one of the hardest things really about this particular course, or really any course in college, is just making sure that you're doing what's being asked of you. I find it especially difficult with fully online classes because I, as a teacher, am not in class handing you an assignment sheet. They're all available for you. They're available in the class, in the Blackboard. But sometimes when things are not printed out and sitting on your table, it's a little harder to keep track of them. So I like to go over all of the assignments, all the requirements, and I really, really, really encourage you to watch these videos each week. I have found statistically that people who do watch the videos always do better on the assignments. Always, always, always. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what we are doing in Unit 1. Now, when I share my screen, I will have turned on what's called the student view. So the Blackboard should look as close to what you see when you sign in as possible. And when you log in to Blackboard, you are brought in on the announcements page. So it's hard to miss these announcements, but people still do. And I think it's probably because a lot of you are signing in on your phone rather than on a real computer, which is fine, but then you have to know where to look for things. So one of the things that you're going to do in Unit 1, we're just going to go straight to Unit 1, is making sure that you know where everything is. So over here on the left-hand side, you will notice announcements, course information, meet your instructor, ask the instructor, and there is a link called ENG107 drop-in hours. So let me just really quickly tell you what those do. Obviously, the announcements, that's that page we were just on. It's where you will see all of the course announcements. Course information is essentially the same as an old-fashioned syllabus. If we click on that, you'll notice it looks like a syllabus. In fact, there's even a link to a syllabus that you can print out. But this will give you all the information about the outcomes, the materials that you'll need, how you're evaluated, library use, which you will be doing. You will be using the post library during this particular course. And a really important one is how to get Grammarly Premium for free. If you do not already have Grammarly installed on your computer, please take some time this week to do this. It's going to help you immensely because not only does it help you when you're writing formal papers like in Microsoft Word, but it will also help you when you are posting things on the discussion board, which is a lot harder to proofread. So use Grammarly. I promise you, you will not regret it. Excuse me. This gives you the criteria for our discussion boards. I just mentioned those. And then this is a one-stop shop for all of the formal writing assignments. We don't really write a bunch of long essays in this course, but we do a lot of writing. So you're going to see these in each of the units, unit 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. But you can always come here and click on these links and print out those assignment sheets. Like I said, one of the things I think is a downside of an online class is I'm not handing you this sheet. If we were taking this course in person, I would be handing you a printed out version already. So print those out for yourself. It'll save you a lot of time in the in the long run. You also have an Ask the Instructor link here, but you have one up here as well, and you'll have one in the discussions. I will talk a little bit about the Ask the Instructor link here in a minute. Meet Your Instructor has my contact information. Okay. This, by the way, is a cell phone number. Please do not call it. If you need me, text me at the number above during office hours. Otherwise, send me an email. If you need my personal private attention, send me an email. I answer them pretty much, I don't want to say 24/7 because I don't answer them at night, but I answer them quickly. All right, so that's the Meet Your Instructor. Ask the Instructor is a discussion board forum. In order to post something, we click Create Thread, and this is going to be true on the graded discussion boards too. And I'm going to post something that will be helpful. So you give it a title, and I'm actually just going to post a photo here. Because I have a helpful little thing. There it is, email or discussion board. So we're going to open that. Going to take a second. So this I'm going to post on the Ask the Instructor discussion board, but this is an important place for this anyway. One of the challenges that online learners have, I think, sometimes is knowing where to put what questions or how to get a hold of your instructor based on the nature of your question. So if you have a question about the course, about the assignment, about post, about the library, things of that nature, post it on the discussion board. But if you have a question that contains any personal information, why did I get a C-? When is my assignment going to be graded? Can I redo such and such assignment? Can I turn in the work late? All of those are personal questions. So those should be sent to your instructors by email. Okay. So a little helpful thing. And also it shows you how to post here. When we hit submit, that's going to be on the discussion board for anybody to read. That's why you don't want to use this for personal questions, because everybody in the class can read the question. Okay. So just a little helpful hint there. English 107 drop-in hours. These are times when actual English teachers have a session or in a live Teams session. And in order to use them, you have the schedule here. Anytime during those times, you can click on the link and it will take you to that Teams session. So you see there are times all the way through the week, not on the weekends, unfortunately, but all the way through the week. In addition to the where did that go? Oh, it just opened a whole new tab. In addition to that, I want to scroll down past the units for a second and show and point out that you also have access all the time to college success resources, university policies, the TutorMe system, which is an online, fully online tutoring system, Grammarly, of course, we've talked about, and the APA 7th edition information. So below the stuff, there are other helpful things for you. All right. All right. So let's go to Unit 1. You're going to be reading about grit, the concept of grit. Some people call it determination. Some people call it, my dad used to call it stick-to-itiveness, which of course is not a real word, but that's okay. And you're going to be doing some reading, and then you're going to be sharing what you have learned. You want to do each week, you want to do this page in the order that it comes. So first thing, I'm not going to read it to you. You're going to read this introduction. Second thing, normally you read before you start posting on discussion boards, but this week's discussion board is an introduction. So the next step is to click on this, the Unit 1 Introductions Power of You, and do your introduction. So let's show you how to do that. Again, it looks the same. You're going to click on it. You're going to create your thread. And you're going to give your introduction. There will always be, excuse me, there will always be some questions to prompt you. So you want to make sure that you answer those questions. Tell the class a little about yourself. This course focuses on different topics and subjects that matter to you. We are constantly interested in finding out things that matter to our students. So share 3 items that mean the most to you and explain why. Then share your experiences with writing before this class. How comfortable are you with writing? And what is one question about writing that you have? In this particular unit, you do not have to respond to other students, but of course you are welcome to do so. So let's do it just like it asks. 3 things that matter. And I'm going to number them. Okay, so there's my top 3 things that matter. And then I'm going to answer the questions. Since Okay, so here I have written my introduction and I'm going to, I'm also going to attach a picture. You certainly don't have to do that, but it's really easy to do. And it helps everybody kind of get to know you a little better. So I'm going to pick the picture with, no, I'm going to pick the picture of me as Elsa at a Run Disney event. Why not? My dog is in my other picture. Now you can make these smaller. I do not like my picture to be that large, but so we're going to submit. And now that is there for anybody to see. When you want to read what other people have written on the discussion board, you can click on the discussion and then just click, and then you'll be able to read what other people have written. In all the other units, you are going to be giving responses to others. So it's a good habit to get into now, but you're not required. You don't get a grade on that this week. So this week, back to the unit, this week you will be doing your article reading and video watching after you post your discussion board. You can do it before. You can do this out of order, but I really encourage you to follow the order of the units. It will make your life a lot easier. So you've got a couple of articles, you've got a video, and then you've got some tutorials, how to submit an assignment on Blackboard. There's a couple of versions of that. Grammarly Premium, again, it's like, hey, please get this, right? So please do. And then you have an interactive activity, practice with writing. Whenever you see this little symbol, it's a practice module. So you open it and you click on Unit 1 and you go through. Okay, it's not a graded activity, but it will help you learn all the things that you need to learn. So please do not skip over those each unit. There are a bunch of those. And then the next thing is your other graded assignment this week. You usually have 2, occasionally you'll have a third, but most of the time you've got 2 things that are going to be graded. And this one is your first journal entry. Journal assignments allow you to practice writing and apply what you have learned. There are no right or wrong answers, but if you don't answer all the questions, or if you only write a sentence or two, you're not going to get the full points for it. It's an easy assignment to get perfect scores on, but you just have to do, again, what is asked. So in this one, first describe what grit means to you. So if you haven't done the assignment above, if you haven't watched the video, if you haven't read the stuff, it's going to be harder. Next, describe a person you consider a good example of showcasing grit. Most people choose somebody from their own life, but it could be a celebrity too, whoever you want. What elements of grit do you recognize in this person? And what elements of grit do you recognize in yourself? And notice it specifies the entry should be 6 to 10 sentences. So it also reminds you, make this the last activity of the unit so that you have time to do all the stuff. The units begin on Mondays and they end on Sunday night. So your activities are always due at the end of the day on Sunday. Now, you do have a little preview each unit of what's coming up, so you can go ahead and look at the Unit 2 assignment, but I'm going to wait and go over that next Monday, all right? Because that's in Unit 2. Okay, folks, that's it. That's all I have for you this morning. Please don't hesitate to reach out. If you need me personally, send me an email. If you have a general question, send it to the Ask the Instructor. Oh, one other thing about that. I forgot to do this. I think I'm already subscribed. If you click this subscribe button, it will email you every time somebody uses it. Now, I'm going to unsubscribe because I'm in here as the guest and I really am already subscribed, but that's where you do that. Oh, that's a good reminder. Please, while you are taking courses at Post University, make it a daily habit to check your post student email. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of people don't. A lot of people, oh, I use my other email. I get it. But treat this as if you are in a job where you have an email at that job, which is pretty common. Check it every single day. Add it to your to-do list. Put the link to it on your desktop so that you have reminders every single day. I use it a lot to communicate with you, and so does the school in general. It's really, really important. All right. Thanks, you guys, for being awesome in advance. I'll see you next Monday. Take care, everybody.